Holy shit, am I free? Did I get out? Did I actually get out? Holy fuck, I got out! Jesus Christ, that place was hell! I recall working on a video about some console warring indie dev and their games getting poor reviews before realizing how bored I was. That's right, ladies and gents, your favorite crab is back! Initially, I was working on the Spider-Man 2 suit tier list, but apparently in a sleep-deprived state, accidentally deleted the hour video of the tier list. So great, there goes 3 days worth of work down the drain. Somebody fucking kill me. But luckily, yesterday, we got a plethora of salt because you see, dear viewer, the Game of the Year nominees were revealed. And surprise, surprise, Starfield was not one of the games nominated. And boy, oh boy, are Xbox fanboys pissed.
Finally, a worthy opponent.
Look, all I gotta say is, I told you so. Look, I like Starfield. I enjoyed it quite a bit. But I knew it wasn't going to get nominated for Game of the Year because for everything it does well, there are two other things that hold it back. Customizing your own ship is great and gives a lot of player expression, but there's not actually much to do when you're in space unless enemies spawn randomly. They went back to the classic dialogue system, but the skill tree is a massive step back compared to older games. Side quests and companions are better written, but once again, almost zero companions for those who want to actually do an evil run. 1,000 planets to explore, with a very limited set of biomes and loading screens galore.
Do you see?
Like, I'm sorry, but I don't think Starfield warrants a Game of the Year nominee, especially when you realize a lot of its systems and design is very archaic compared to what games are now. Now, Hi-Fi Rush, on the other hand, that's a real snub. And I gotta be honest, personally, I would rather Armored Core, Lies of P, or Hi-Fi Rush replace RE4 Remake because despite how much I adored that game, I don't think Remake should be on the list at all. But that's enough rambling, it's time to get to the main course because for once we got Xbox Salt. Welcome everyone to Tales from the Twit Pit.
Honestly, I feel that list is so short-sighted. Alan Wake 2, I feel, was just thrown in there as it's the latest in graphical prowess. Spider-Man 2 that was beaten over the weekend and is now in discount bins? Hogwarts was an amazing game and still is, not on the list. Also, Hi-Fi Rush? Definitely not political, huh?
Here, please hit me as hard as you can.
Okay, let's go through this one by one. I can tell firsthand you haven't touched Alan Wake 2, my dear boy. The game is a phenomenal survival horror game, and the writing is some of the best Remedy has ever done. And out of all the reasons you could have given for Spider-Man not being worthy of a nomination, you went with the dumbest one? Hi-Fi Rush could also be beaten in a weekend, so by your own logic, that also wouldn't be valid for a nominee. Hogwarts, yeah, it's pretty sad it got nothing, but also not surprising considering who the IP is attached to. So if you're legitimately surprised, I envy your naivete. As I said before, I never took these awards seriously because I know how they operate, which is why I always find it funny when you guys get so legitimately angry over something that doesn't really warrant it. It's honestly kind of depressing.
I'm tired of always being 100% right when it comes to these awards, Jeff. At least try to hide the Xbox tax a little. It will be very PlayStation-centric as usual. 1. Spider-Man 2, 2. Baldur's Gate 3, 3. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, 4. Super Mario Wonder, 5. Alan Wake 2, 6. Resident Evil 4. Starfield and Hi-Fi Rush will be snubbed, calling it now. Yep, no Starfield and no Hi-Fi Rush, Spider-Man 2 will almost certainly win. TLDR, Spider-Man 2 is Game of the Year winner.
Well, would you look who it is? And apart from the insanely well-predicted nominees, the fact that your hate boner for anything PlayStation is so massive that you genuinely think Spider-Man 2 will be Game of the Year instead of Zelda, Baldur's Gate, or hell, honestly, Alan Wake 2 might even cinch it, is really fucking funny, but not surprising coming from the dude who unironically defends shit like Redfall.
Mods, crush the skull, thank you.
Why is RE4 even up there and not Starfield?
You're stupid.
Because RE4 Remake is the better game? Like I said earlier, I don't think Remake should be nominated at all. But I'm sorry, if you genuinely think Starfield is better than RE4 Remake, you might have legitimate brain damage, and I suggest you get an MRI as soon as possible.
stomach seems to be filled with boogers and cum.
How much did Sony pay you to include Spider-Man in the lineup?
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
Yeah, Jeff, how much did Sony pay you to convince all 150 outlets to give their nominations for the categories to include a game that was beloved by damn near every one of them? Oh, like, holy shit, these people are real. These people are real. They're genuinely so stupid to think he pulls the strings on everything. They think it's all a grand conspiracy, not just, yeah, most people like the game, so they're going to put that as their vote for Game of the Year.
Of course, what a surprise! What a shocker! No one predicted this! No one/S.
That's stupid! You're stupid! Stop being stupid!
I'm sorry, there's no hope for you if you think Starfield is better than Baldur's Gate 3 or any of the other nominees, quite frankly. It's not even better than Hi-Fi Rush, you absolute troglodyte.
This show is a joke! Snubbed 2 new IPs from Bethesda only cause they're Microsoft properties. Good job, bro. But nominated a buggy mess at launch in Spider-Man 2 in a remake. Xbox tax all the way!
I can't take it anymore!
You know, there's this really annoying trend lately that people like this moron keep shoveling, that if a game has any bugs at all, then the game is just trash. When I'm sorry, that's just not the reality in so many situations. Some of the best games I have ever played were either pretty buggy at launch, or still are to this day. Look at New Vegas, Baldur's Gate 3, Witcher 3. The problem is when the bugs overshadow the overall experience. That's why Cyberpunk at release was raked over the coals as hard as it was, because despite the narrative being incredible, the actual gameplay wasn't good enough, and the bugs in the game were incredibly severe. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, kid, but Starfield was far from bug-free. Is it Bethesda's most polished game to date? Yes. But I still ran into a fair amount of bugs, from crashes, enemies falling through the floor, companion dialogue not starting, quest blocks, etc. And unfortunately, Starfield's actual content and game design are just not good enough to push past it. Skyrim released in 2011, but Starfield feels like it released 3 years after it instead of 12 years.
At this point, Phil Spencer will have to change his citizenship to Japanese for a nomination from good old Keeley. Xbox fans gotta stop giving the show views, it's the only way! They have the audacity to nominate a remake, Breath of the Wild DLC, Spider-Man QTE 2, and a Man Mario game. So you're not gonna support Hi-Fi and Starfield for other nominations? Fuck this show! He does not get a vote. These are all studios voting. He set up the whole cabal!
How about you cease this bitch crying?
Well, if it isn't Bargain Bin Peter. Once again, as Zero Cool said, Jeff doesn't choose the nominees. They are polled and chosen by 150 different outlets, so to put the blame entirely on the guy who just funds and hosts the show is ridiculous and wrong, because Starfield and Hi-Fi Rush have nominations in other categories. I, for one, look forward to seeing you bitch about the awards in real time, despite saying Xbox fans should stop watching because we all know you're going to. And the audacity to downplay Zelda and Mario is both hilarious and pathetic.
RE4 Remake shouldn't get it. It's a remake. It should go to Starfield instead.
You serious?
Ooh, you had me in the first half. Remakes shouldn't be nominated unless they're extremely different from the original, like FF7R or Resident Evil 2 Remake, but then you had to go and say it should go to Starfield. Nah, it should have gone to Hi-Fi Rush, or Armored Core, or Liza P, or Trepang 2, or Remnant 2, or Street Fighter 6, or Final Fantasy 16, or Hogwarts, or Sea of Stars, or Jedi Survivor. Do you see where I'm going with this? There are so many good-ass games that released this year that even if you took RE4 Remake off the nominees, Starfield wouldn't even break the top 10.
I'm not surprised that Starfield is not on this list. The biased media's hatred for Xbox games was strong on it. Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win it all, though.
You shouldn't be surprised because it's not worth the nomination. Hi-Fi Rush is the superior Xbox game by far, and if you want an indication that there is some media bias against Xbox, which to be perfectly frank, I do think there is at least some on some level, it's not due to Starfield. It's due to Hi-Fi Rush. Or hell, fucking Halo Infinite not being nominated for Best Ongoing Game, but Cyberpunk is? It's not even an ongoing game! Why is it there? But like I said, that's why I don't take these awards seriously, and neither should anyone. Just watch for the new reveals. I'm here for Salt.
Why do the judges hate Xbox so much?
Why do you think an arbitrary award show affects your personal feelings on Game of the Year?
Oh, what, you gonna cry?
No?
No, go ahead, cry. Let me see you. Let me see you cry.
Fuck you, TGA! You ain't getting shit! Xbox is pulling the plug on anything! They're gonna show you to save your dog shit event! Burn in hell! Starfield or Hi-Fi Rush deserted over a shitty 2D Mario game!
Losing his mind. And I'm reaping all the benefits.
Well, fuck Xbox haters! The TGA knew what they were doing with those selections, and for that they can burn in hell for all I care! Jesus Christ, dude, you need to go talk to someone.
Okay, you see this? This right here is what I'm talking about. This man is legit enraged over something that at most warrants an eye roll. This is not healthy behavior. Wishing the creators of an award show to burn in hell because the platform you simp for didn't get a Game of the Year nominee is the dictionary definition of unhinged. And I'd say take a shower and go outside, but I'm not about to ask you to torture your neighbors and fellow man, so continue to seethe, my boy, in your dark, messy room. It only makes better content for me.
Of course, hashtag Starfield is excluded, hashtag Hi-Fi Rush is snubbed, Jeff Maddie is a pony, and these awards are biased as fuck. People complaining about Starfield never gave the game a fair chance because it is an Xbox exclusive. For me, Starfield is Game of the Year. Then why do you care? Starfield was robbed!
No, Hi-Fi Rush was robbed. Armored Core 6 was robbed. Lies of people. You know what? I'm not doing this again. I'm not doing this again. I'm not fucking doing this again. Defer to my earlier statement.
This show is a joke!
Other breaking news. Water. Wet.
They have been since their inception. Are you new here? Besides, I'm not about to listen to a guy with a fucking Starfield profile picture, so I'm sure you're all about integrity and fairness, right? It's like the jokes just write themselves. Jesus.
Remove RE4, it's a remake and give Starfield some respect.
I'm gonna cry.
You're lucky Starfield even got nominated for Best RPG when we all know it ain't even winning that.
You are pathetic! Excluded the hashtag Starfield because it would win everything! Shame!
Oh no. Oh no. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You misunderstood.
Deferring to my previous statement, it wouldn't even win Best RPG. Thinking Starfield will sweep everything is the same delusion people who genuinely believed in the Morbius meme had.
Hashtag boycotted the Game Awards. This is my opinion.
Because your opinion matters.
We're nominating remakes now? Should've went with Dead Space then. Way better than RE4. Also, no Starfield, and yet we have Spider-Man 2, which stories was way below the first one. Waste of time, these awards.
Ooh, the circus is in town.
Dead Space wouldn't even exist without RE4, so no, it's not better than RE4. And once again, Xbox fanboys are using the wrong fucking game to throw shade with. Did any of you guys even touch Hi-Fi Rush? I'm genuinely asking because there is no way in hell someone can play both and think Starfield is the objectively better and higher quality made game. You'd have to have serious brain damage. And yeah, the story for Spider-Man 2 isn't as good as the first one. But the gameplay was a step above. People don't play Spider-Man solely for the narrative. That's what Naughty Dog is for.
Really makes you think.
Very surprised Starfield is not on here. Feel like the first game I played in years that was released fully I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. That was released fully polished with hours of content.
This ain't real. Nah. I abjectly refuse to believe this is a real person. Ain't no fucking shot you genuinely believe Starfield is fully polished. Either you haven't played a game since Skyrim, or you were recently assaulted with a brick and now have long-term amnesia. It's not even more polished than Dead Island 2.
I killed myself in 44 Spider-Man 2 win!
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
Where the fuck is Starfield?
Up your ass, that's where. Ha!
Boom. Roasted.
Thoughts on the nominations? Rubbish! Everything is a sequel! Same old thing over and over again in Game of the Year! The industry should find a way to celebrate new IPs and new ideas! New games have a tougher time breaking through in terms of scores! To me, it's kinda meh! Starfield was a good game, just wasn't one of the top games this year, bro. 2023 had a lot of good games. Another game with the exact same map as the last one! 4th Spider-Man in 5 years! 4th? A remake of RE4 which was already remastered multiple times! A 3rd Baldur's Gate game? Another Mario side-scroller? Sheesh!
Crap Gamer once again showcasing his Neanderthal level intellect because one of those 4 Spider-Man games was a remaster of the first one for PS5 and PC, hardly a new entry. And Tears of the Kingdom not only does a lot with the original map, as if a Zelda game shouldn't take place in Hyrule for some reason, but also has 2 new massive locations, the Sky Islands and the Depths, so he clearly hasn't played it. And while I personally haven't played Mario Wonder, I've heard nothing but great things from people I know who have played it, but I do find it funny how you try to use side-scroller as some kind of insult when some of the best games released in recent years were side-scrollers. Hollow Knight, Metroid Dread, Blasphemous 1 and 2, Sultan Sacrifice. It sounds to me that your grifting ass just doesn't like games that are different from what you normally play. But hey, this is the guy who got roasted by Phil Spencer for canceling his Quantum Break pre-order because it was coming to PC. Continue living up to your name, crap.
I tried to tell y'all Starfield was gonna get snubbed. Hate to see it, but that Xbox tax is real. It's weird to see a favorite game not get the nod. Are you shocked? I'm not. I'll be taking those knees now at Umbra Infinite. What the fuck is he talking about? Remember, I even predicted Starfield's Metascore on Mr. Boomstick XL's podcast. Still my personal game of the year, and a favorite predicted to get snubbed was Hogwarts. Crazy year. Let the internet now implode.
Bitch, your Twitter handle is Game Pass Daily. The only people who take you seriously are other fanboys looking for confirmation bias. Sit the fuck down.
Always has been the famous Xbox tax. Had ABK acquisition been blocked, they would never score Model for 3 or 4. You can bet on it.
You sure about that? You sure about that? That's why?
Or Modern Warfare 3 is just garbage? I mean, 1, it was only made in 16 months, and 2, it's made by fucking Sledgehammer, who haven't made a decent COD since Advanced Warfare, and even that one was pretty mid. So, no, it's not because it's an Xbox title now. Xbox had nothing to do with Modern Warfare 3's development. It's just a poorly made entry that pissed a lot of people off. Cope and seethe, my boy.
Wanna bet if Quantum Break is released this year instead of Alan Wake 2 with Xbox not having any ownership of it, but it's multi-platform, that it's in this list of Game of the Year nominees? This is how that game is played. The category from was blatant for the media bias in this one, whereas 343 Industries for Halo Infinite. It's laughable some of what's on here instead of Halo Infinite, and Elder Scrolls Online. Where's World of Warcraft at? State of Decay 2? What the? Sea of Thieves? Insanity! No Xbox tax? Think again! I told people from the start it never had anything to do with Redfall's bugs or quality as a game. They just need an excuse, but how is it possible Modern Warfare 3 is rated lower? Xbox negative media bias is real as fuck. Denying it only makes you look stupid. LOL the disclaimer about why the mostly PlayStation fanboy run outlets won't include Starfield. It's an amazing game, by far one of the best released this generation. But I would be stunned if it was nominated for Jeff's show after other major Xbox snubs in years past.
Jesus Christ, the kid's an idiot.
Oi, this guy. So much stupid in just 4 tweets, dear God. Okay. 1. No, Quantum Break wouldn't have gotten nominated because the game just wasn't any good. 2. The fact that you put State of Decay 2 or World of Warcraft as a valid nominee for Best Ongoing Game is laughable. 3. Modern Warfare 3 being lower than Redfall is strange because Redfall is a 1, but you cap for it so you don't know what a good game is. And 4, if you genuinely think most of the 150 outlets are run by PlayStation fanboys, well, let's just say I weep for your teachers. Starfield is only amazing if you've never played a Bethesda game, and it is not one of the best games this gen, unless you have low standards and haven't played any games. But, as I said, this guy capped for Redfall, so make your own conclusions. Okay, you know what? I gotta stop. There's too much salt to respond to, and I need this video out relatively soon, so just have a quick speed run of the remaining tweets without any responses to the tune of Meatball Parade. Please enjoy. And that's going to be it, ladies and gents. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Once again, I apologize for the lack of videos, but work has been kicking my ass lately, essentially being the only guy in the entire office doing the work. So I literally just haven't had time to work on videos. Don't know how much longer it's going to last, but this Friday, I will be having a birthday stream, so be sure to tune into that while we play some games. As always, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, or subscribe if you feel so inclined. As always, to stay up to date on all things crab, you can follow me on Twitter via the link in the description below. And if you're looking for a way to support the channel, you can consider becoming a member. For just 99 cents a month, you get access to the community Discord, the Crab Shack. Once you're in for good, as well as these emails to harass me with live on streams. With all that out of the way, I'll see you guys in the next video.